Hi, it's Kim Darwaza with RE/MAX Executives, your Northern Virginia real estate agent, and I just wanted to give you the February market update for Fairfax County. This is for Fairfax County only. If you'd like a market update for Loudoun or Alexandria or Arlington, I'm more than happy to do one for you. Just PM me or message me and I'll get that out to you. So in February of 2017, and this is homes that were listed February 1st, 2017 through February 28, 2017. So just that month, we had 1,698 homes listed, and that includes single-family homes, that includes townhouses, condominiums, duplexes, anything that's not a multifamily. Of those, at the end of the month, 735 of those homes were still active, 845 of those homes went under contract, and 61 sold, which it's very unusual for a house to sell within a 28-day period unless it's an investor purchase or all cash deal. Normally it takes 30 to 45 days, so that's highly unusual. 57 of those listings were withdrawn, expired, or temporarily off the market. So what that means is someone decided they put their house on the market, oh gosh, we're not going to move. Or they take it temporarily off the market because they're getting feedback and they need to paint or do something to their house, or they're having a bridal shower this weekend at their house and they take it off the market because they want to stop showings. Expired is a little weird. I wouldn't take a listing for only 28 days personally. I usually take mine for 3 or 4 months, but whatever. So the average sales price for the houses that did go to closing was $545,000, and the ones that are under contract that are scheduled to go to closing probably in March or April is $567,000. And the houses that are still actively on the market are at about the average of $814,000. So as you can see, this $500,000 to $600,000 is sort of like our sweet spot in our marketplace. Those are the houses that sell more quickly. That's what people can afford. I usually say up to about $700,000 the houses sell quicker, but then once you start getting over $850,000 it takes longer because not as many people are financially in that pool of money. And the houses that were listed, the range was $65,000, which would probably be like a condo in the Route 1 area of Alexandria, to $7.7 million, which I'd love to do that sale, which is probably in Great Falls or McLean. Now, what's selling? Okay, so of the houses that are sold that actually went to closing, 23 were single-family home, 25 were townhouses, and 14 were condos. And of the ones that are under contract, which is a little bit more normal because, you know, a house may come on the market and, you know, it usually takes 30 to 45 days. So 422 single-family homes went under contract, 271 townhouses, and 149 condos. And then of the ones that are still on the market, it's 470 for single families, 104 for townhouses, and 161. Now, all sales in February, and this means the house could have been listed last year, it could have been like a year ago, or it could have just been listed in January. That was 898 homes sold, and the average days on market was 67 days for those homes that finally sold, which is reasonable because we were in the winter period. Usually things take longer to sell in the winter. So what I'm personally seeing just from my own buyers and listings is that on the good houses that show well, there are multiple offers in a weekend. We have been one of 2 offers, and it looks like for that particular house, we're back to the crazy time when people were waiving home inspections, financing, appraisals, which this was a house that wasn't like, we weren't competing with an investor for this house. It was already, the house was already really well done. Usually the houses that are more in disrepair are the ones where the investors come in, pay all cash, close in 2 weeks, and move on. This house was really well, so it was probably more of an owner-occupied situation. And then we did another one for a house. There we were one of 3 offers, and we did get it. We did waive the appraisal, which I don't recommend in all cases, but my client was putting $150,000 down on a house that is like in the 470 range. So even if based on the comps, like the appraisal might come in between 10,000 lower than what they're paying. So they had the money to cover that. If you were like an FHA buyer and you're only putting 3.5% down, that would be a little risky to do that. But it won't be a problem for them. They plan on living in the house for 10 to 20 years, so they'll make the equity up. So I wasn't really concerned from that standpoint. And because they're conventional and putting so much amount, it could appraise. I just don't know, but I like to make sure that we do a lot of research on that. But you know, they kept their home inspection intact, but they said they chose our offer because my clients were putting so much money down. So that's what I'm seeing in the marketplace. I think the houses that show well, that are really done up nicely, decluttered, fresh paint, staged well, those houses can sell, depending on price point, in a week. You could get multiple offers. The houses that need work, I'm finding that regardless of whether they're priced lower for the neighborhood, people just are not buying them. It's like they just don't want to deal with it right now. I don't know, in previous years, people would buy the starter home. It needed lots of work. Like when I bought my house, it was like the 80s in my house, and we've just progressively done stuff over the years. But I feel like the millennial buyers especially are just not, they're not interested in that. They want to move in and not have to do anything, maybe change the paint colors to their liking, but they don't want to do any major remodeling or that kind of thing. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, feel free to private message me, email me, or call me. I'll put my contact information below this. And I'm happy if you need a CMA for your house, want to know what it's worth, even if you're not planning on moving. I always think everyone should know the value of their home, sort of like they know the value of their stock portfolio, just so you know what you're dealing with. Feel free to contact me and I'll get that information out to you. Thanks for watching and have a great day.